everyone, so today we're going to talk about one of the foundational elements to good health, and that is healthy sleeping habits. So this might sound counterintuitive, it might sound like something you say you already know and it's obvious, or actually maybe you're on the other end of the spectrum, you think sleep isn't important in your life and you're someone who says that you can cope on very little sleep. That in fact might not be the case. And we really feel that it could be important for people to give thought to how they sleep, what their sleeping patterns are, and how they prepare for a good night's sleep. And that as we start to see our sleep improve, I'm hoping that you see some really fundamental changes in your health. So in terms of sleep quality, I really believe that setting yourself up for a good night's sleep is one of the most important things that you could do. So, for example, do you sit on your phone or your iPad just before bed, and are you getting lots of blue light into your eyes? That's something that upsets your body's sleep cycle, because blue light is something that you would naturally normally receive from the sun earlier in the day, and so your body is receiving different signals. So you might be feeling tired and it's late in the evening, but it's receiving these signals that actually it's much earlier in the day, and that can start upsetting your sleep cycle. It's also really important to make sure that the room that you sleep in is really set up for a good night's sleep. So there's no lights. If you have any electronics in your room that are charging, if they're giving off a little bit of light, it actually can upset your sleep cycle. So making sure that your room is dark. We like to make sure that our phones and other devices are charging well away from our beds. We also like to go through a similar routine every night before bed that allows my body to know that I'm going to go to sleep and it needs to start preparing. So it's a winding down. For me, it's really important to always make sure that I am in bed at the same time, that I don't go to bed too late. So if I'm not in bed by 10, if I am working later and I find that I end up going to bed at 10:30, I just don't sleep as well. And often I actually wake up earlier the next day and I end up not having had a good night's rest. So making sure that you follow that same routine, that every night you're in bed by a certain time. Maybe you can enjoy some reading or a time of gratitude before you go to bed. It might be good to drink some chamomile tea or something very calming before you go to bed. That becomes a signal for your body to say that actually it's time to start winding down, it's time to get ready to sleep. And that can be quite important. Also great for children to come in to start learning these good habits now. So no screen time just before bed. It's time to read a book, even if they're not lovers of reading. Maybe it's a picture book or just something that can start getting them used to that habit. Spending time with them, asking them what they're grateful for in the day. Maybe it's a great time just before bed to spend a bit of family time together and just get them used to that winding down process as well. If your children are also going to bed and it's a mad rush, and if you've got your bags ready for school tomorrow and they're feeling that stress, they're going to carry on those bad sleeping habits into adulthood. So it's a really great time to start preparing your children and teaching them to wind down, and really making sure that they also have a great night's sleep. If you do struggle with your sleep, you might want to look at something like a CBD oil. We have a specific sleep CBD oil that's available in our shop. The elements that are added to it are completely natural. Our CBD is THC free, which means that you don't get any of the hallucinogenic properties that you may get from other cannabis oils. And I have found it game-changing in terms of my sleep quality. I have always slept reasonably well, but I sleep very deeply when I use my CBD oil at night. So that's been a really great addition to my sleep routine. So there we go. I hope you found that helpful, and I hope over the next few weeks you can give some time to really looking at your sleep habits and seeing if you can improve them. Thanks everyone. Bye.